President Trump has stirred yet another row after he compared the war in Iran to the U.S. war in Vietnam and Iraq. Speaking at an event in Washington, D.C., the president referred to the conflict with Iran as a mini-war. Responding to criticism about the U.S. dragging the conflict, the president said that the U.S. was in Vietnam for 19 years, 10 to 12 years in Iraq and 7 years in the Korean War, whereas the Iranian war was just into its 6th week.
Like, we have a war right now, and we're into 6 weeks? They said, what's taking so long? We were in Vietnam 19 years. We're in Iraq for many years, 10 years, 12 years. We're in all these different wars. Korea, 7 years. I won't even mention World War II. That's a big baby.
Father, the president added that the U.S. had completely destroyed the Iranian Navy, leaving Tehran with 0 ships.
Our country's booming now, despite the fact that we're in I call it a mini-war, because that's all they are. They don't have a Navy anymore. Think of it. They had 159 ships. How many do they have left, Kelly? Out of 159, take a guess. She's very smart. 0.
Trump's comparison of the Iranian war with Vietnam and Iraq comes at a time when polls indicate surging disapproval of U.S. actions in Iran. His focus on the timelines of the 2 previous wars also hints that the war could drag on, which directly contradicts his own initial timeline of 4 to 5 weeks. Both Vietnam and the Iraq war remain highly unpopular in the U.S., while the Vietnam War was a part of the American strategy to combat communism. At the height of the Cold War, the war in Iraq was against Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass destruction, which were never found. The twin infamous wars drained trillions of American dollars, killed thousands of U.S. soldiers besides millions of civilians. The shadow of both wars has loomed large on American politics. But if Trump's comments are any indication, the war in Iran is far from over. In fact, the war of blockades in the Strait of Hormuz has intensified further as both sides compete to control the critical waterway. In the latest, U.S. Central Command claimed its forces sank 6 small Iranian vessels, but Iran has disputed all American claims. Iranian media, citing military sources, said U.S. targeted 2 civilian boats and not IRGC speedboats, killing 5 civilians. Iran had earlier said it fired cruise missiles, rockets and combat drones near U.S. destroyers as a warning shot. An explosion and fire were also reported on a South Korean cargo vessel, leading Trump to prompt South Korea to join American efforts in the Strait of Hormuz. And according to a maritime intelligence report, over 900 commercial vessels are still located in the Gulf. As talks remain stalled, tensions continue to remain high. In fact, Iran has just indicated that it does not intend to back down. Speaking to Iranian media, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghei said that Tehran is also a superpower like America. The comments come amid Trump's threats that Iran will be blown off the face of the earth if it attacked American vessels escorting commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz. With both sides trading threats and counter-threats, the big question is the U.S. president justified in comparing these wars? Earlier, we had spoken to some experts on this, and this is what they told us.
First of all, there's no comparison whatsoever between Vietnam, Iraq, and Iran. Vietnam was justified through the Cold War containment, which is stopping communism and preventing the so-called domino effect in South Asia. Iraq was justified through alleged weapons of mass destruction that were never found and they were never there. And in both cases, there were boots on the ground and troops in Iraq and in Vietnam. Iran is framed completely differently. It became around nuclear fire, deterrence, and regional security. But now Trump is talking about shift toward punishment, humiliating, and historical revenge, making Iran pay the price for 47 years.